Mistress Claressa Shields gets embarrassed by married man Pap and tries throwing shade at Amanda Serrano as deflection. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Claressa Shields, surprise, surprise, aka Pap's mistress, aka Pap's entanglement, aka Pap's pick me, aka Pap's side chick, or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. Claressa Shields, it's bad out here with her and Pap, and it is so bad that she has taken an unnecessary shot at Amanda Serrano and Amanda Serrano's fight tonight. So before we get into the Claressa and Pap of it all, we got to get into what Claressa tweeted, you guys. So there's two tweets. First, Claressa said that she was not going to say anything. I ain't saying nothing tonight, with 3 laughing emojis. Y'all watched the same fight I did. Then she waits, you know what I'm saying, a few minutes later and decides she is going to say something and says, see what happens when you start hanging with losers with the laughing emoji. That SHIT contagious. I've seen Champ lose and still look better than she did tonight. Here's the thing, Claressa. Here's the thing. That Amanda Serrano fight was more competitive in 12 rounds than that foolishness that y'all tried to sell to us at the State Farm Arena with you and 40-plus-year-old Kay Scott. You know what I'm saying? It was way more competitive, way more fight, way more heart. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are going to be people who have issues with the result of the fight, if it should have been a draw or the outcome of the fight or whatever the case may be. But I am here to tell you that was way more interesting, way more competitive than that nonsense that you and Kay Scott tried to sell the people. So, but I believe that Claressa was looking to take a shot because she embarrassed herself tonight. You know what I'm saying? Or last night, depending on when y'all see this. As you guys know, on Friday, Claressa Shields was on the Ricky Smiley morning show. I believe there was questions on whether or not she's pregnant and all this other foolishness, because she gives the same song and dance after every fight, after she gives up, you know what I'm saying, the 6-week SEX ban, but then she makes ridiculous tweets, you know what I'm saying, that I might be pregnant right now and all this other foolishness. People start to believe it. And Gary with the T had questions. We might talk about it in another video, but I just feel like these Claressa Shields interviews, they're all just the same nonsense. They're all just the same foolishness when it is all said and done. But basically, she was doing content with Gary with the T and everything else, right? So I guess later on, Claressa was hungry. And I want to shout out Bro Real Life because he was able to capture her. I guess she did a live. And I believe the video is private. I believe the video has been made private because, once again, Claressa Shields embarrasses herself. And she'll probably take out the last portion where she embarrasses herself with Pap and everything else, right? So, ultimately, what happened, Claressa was hungry. Claressa went to a restaurant by herself. Pap was not with her. She was on live talking all types of cash, SHIT. I really didn't pay attention to that part. I may go back and watch that part to see if there was anything interesting. But to keep it a buck with y'all, I didn't care. I did see a part where I guess she is alleging that people can make millions of dollars on YouTube, but Claressa, you need to do your research on who those people are that are making millions of dollars. People aren't just getting paid millions of dollars, right? And I believe, like I said, this is part of the reason I think Claressa is going to transition into more content creation on the YouTube and as a streamer. and everything else, because I believe that she thinks with the success that Adrian and Dean are having and others, that she can replicate that success. But I don't think she realizes that people aren't watching in support of Claressa, that they are watching to make fun of her and laugh at her. And I don't think that would be a good look for her. I do not think that would be a good look for her at all, especially if she is trying to incorporate Pap into any of the content, which is probably why that alleged reality show based off of her and Pap didn't happen. According to what she told Big Tigger, right? This was before Big Tigger is, you know what I'm saying, on an indefinite leave from V103, that basically Pap told her that they were too real for reality TV, that that's what they told Lemmy, and that is the reason why they do not have a reality show. No, the thing of it is, Pap knows that he will be exposed. Pap knows that when there's no lights, camera, and action, when the check has cleared and he is back on his BS, he doesn't want the cameras and the world to see that, because he's trying to keep up appearances and try to convince some of y'all that are living in the land of Delulu that he is really in love with his mistress, when it is giving buyer's remorse every single day, you guys. So anyways, Claressa is eating at this restaurant. She makes mention of how Pap told her to bring him some food or whatever the case may be. I guess she gets, I don't know if he wanted food at this particular restaurant or not, or what the makings of, but basically she's got some to-go food or whatever the case. And then she made it a point to turn her camera around to show that she's got the Corvette back. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen the Corvette in quite some time, but she wants to show it new and then play the old, oh, it wasn't repoed, oh, it wasn't this, it wasn't that, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? But no explanation as far as why it has been MIA for several weeks. Anyways, Claressa, you know, somebody walked up to her. I don't know who it was, asking about her, asking about the vehicle or whatever. I don't know who that was or what that was about. Claressa didn't know how to get home, or was alleging she didn't know how to get home, even though she alleged she was only like a few minutes away from her house, right? So she gets back home, and apparently the kids, aka her niece and nephews, were at home by themselves with Pap sleeping upstairs. So I'm just thinking to myself, so we're just leaving the kids unattended while you were focused in on you. Food was more important to you than tending to the kids. But this is somebody who wants to be a mother, you guys. This is somebody who wants to be a mother, but you are addicted to the spotlight. You want more of a relationship with your followers on live stream than being a real person and interacting with your family and your married man in real life. So ultimately, what had happened is where we are going to pick up with the clip from Bro Real Life, and you could go to his platform to see the full half-hour live that was deleted or privated in its entirety. But basically, this is where SHIT hits the fan, where Claressa tries to bring a doggy bag to her married man and see whether or not he wants it heated up or whatever the case may be while he is upstairs. And we are going to take it from here. Again, courtesy of Bro Real Life, y'all. Already, to me, this is a hot mess express, because first of all, you come in, you know what I'm saying? You don't even greet your niece and nephews. The kids are playing, they're watching themselves. You got the smoke detector that is always going off. You know what I'm saying? It never replaces the battery. Make it make sense. But this is the future. What the future is going to look like if Claressa has children is they're going to be out of sight, out of mind, not knowing where their mother is, because it is more important for her to be on live stream with the people than interacting in real life with her family and her married man. Let's continue.
Matt, you up? Hello? I'm on live. Do not start cussing me out.
Y'all peep that, right? Claressa basically left while Pap was asleep to go get food, do film content on a live stream, right? To be live with the people, leave the kids unattended, all the things. And basically, it is already a setup because Pap is aware, you know what I'm saying, that Claressa just snuck out like a thief in the night. And Claressa is telling Pap in advance that she is on live, that everything is being recorded to not cuss her out. So that tells me right then and there, you knew you were getting cussed out. And it also tells me that y'all have quite a bit of arguments that are very much explosive. And unhinged, but y'all want to try to sell to the people on the Instagrammies, on the Shade Room, on Essence, and all of the sort that this is golden love, that has clearly turned green a long time ago, that this is fireproof love, that has clearly been blown out with an extinguisher a long time ago, you guys. Let's continue.
What? Here. Why not? Okay, whatever.
So she's shouting to the married man as she's coming upstairs, whether or not he's up. He is awake. She preemptively says, I'm on live, don't cuss me out. Basically is preparing for a cuss out to happen. And then is trying to basically give him this doggy bag of food that he clearly does not want, you guys, and everything else. And Claressa is trying to play this off because she thought that she was flexing, that she was with married Pap, that she somehow has a one-up on his wife, who has dealt with these shenanigans and these mood swings and his behavior for multiple decades and did not want him anymore. Let's continue.
Anyways, so put it in the refrigerator or you just not gonna eat a period? Microwave or what? Hello?
I'm not talking to you a lot.
Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! What do you want me to do with the food? Do you want me to put it in the microwave for you, even though you just rejected it when I tried to hand it to you? Because he didn't want that SHIT. You know what I'm saying? He wants some soul food. He wants some of Remy Ma's cooking. He wants some of his mama's homemade cooking. Not this foolishness that you like. You know what I'm saying? At carry out and take out. He wants the stuff that y'all had the other day. Greens, beans, potatoes, macaroni and cheese, the whole nine. And you're up here asking him questions. You know he's pissed. You already know he wants to cuss you out, and he's going to cuss you out as soon as you turn off that record button. And you are still asking him questions, and he is letting you know, listen, look at here. I ain't about to answer nothing. I ain't about to say SHIT on live. And that is what you get, Claressa, for dealing with a married man that you want to brag on the internet that you have a one-up over. You think that this married man is such a prize, and he continues to play in your face. I keep telling y'all it's only all smiles and all cute for the cameras, but this is the reality. The kids running around, watching themselves downstairs, Pap upstairs, completely isolated and socially distancing and everything else, and Claressa desperate to be seen. Desperate for the fame and the attention and the clout. And when it is time to come back to the married man upstairs who is having buyer's remorse, this is the energy you get. Let's continue.
I'm saying you can put it in the microwave or put it in the refrigerator.
Annoying as shit.
Hell, I could have sat down and ate some more then. Anyways. I don't pay no mind.
So that annoying as SHIT, that wasn't from Pap, that was from Bro Real Life, because he was doing like a live reaction and everything else to, because he kept replaying this part, because this part was just epic fail and embarrassing on so many fronts. But these are the things that happen when you entertain a married man and you are in a one-sided competition with the wife, a one-sided beef with the wife, and you think that you're going to get a better version of this married man because of all the lies that he told you about his wife to keep you around. But then when the dust settles, when there's no lights, camera, and action, when there's no interviews, when there's no press, when there's no fights to promote, this is your reality of trying to keep up appearances and trying to make it seem as though that this toxicity and this hot mess express is something that everybody is jealous of and everybody is envious of, when nobody is. Nobody is. Nobody wants this foolishness. Nobody wants this madness. So here goes Claressa basically saying, listen, look at here, I'm not going to pay him no mind, since ultimately he wants nothing to do with any of this. He's pissed at me. I understand. I left without him because ultimately I'm responsible for his meals, his per diem. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that is financially taking care of all of this. So ultimately, you bring him back some stuff that he ain't want. You ambush him on a live stream because you knew he was going to cuss you out and everything else. Because normally what would happen to you in a real relationship or in a real marriage or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? And you go out to eat somewhere that your significant other really isn't trying to go to, you know what I'm saying, but tells you allegedly to bring you something back, but not necessarily from that restaurant, or bring you something fresh or whatever the case may be. And you bring him that, he doesn't want that. He does not want that. So ultimately, you guys, Claressa also said, I didn't clip that part, but I believe she also said as well that after all of that exchange with Pap, that she should have just stayed at the restaurant. That she could have just stayed at the restaurant and continued to enjoy her meal. She could have continued to stay at the restaurant while the kiddos are left unattended downstairs, running around, screaming and hollering, while that smoke detector is going off for dear life. Nobody wants to replace the battery, not even the alleged man upstairs in the house. And the married man that is upstairs in the house is pissed off. Is very much pissed off and all the things. And I saw that Pap is reposting videos of Lotto's ring walk performance, you guys. You know, the same Lotto that Pap was not trying to check out. So, you know what I mean? It's all about Claressa. No. And also posted about Khadijah and her music video. Because apparently they're both performing later today in Toronto. Originally, it was supposed to be Khadijah, right? But they added her on the fine print. And apparently Pap is going to be performing there as well. So all of you Pap fans that are going to be in Toronto tomorrow to see him, let me know how it goes. Let me know how many people are screaming and hollering for, you know, those Pap hits. Those Pap hit records, you guys. So that is it, you guys, for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor, and I need y'all to do y'all biggest one, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. Hype the video like you never hyped a video before in your life. There is that. That is it. That is all. It's todos es final. Es finito. Is he in the road? Is he in the line for this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.